This video is intended to introduce you to slanted language, a phrase used to describe manipulative language. The images I'm using in this slideshow are from World War II, and there is an interesting overlap between the forest fire campaign with Smokey the Bear and the war effort, which was very appealing to viewers then, the overlap. If while I'm going through this video and looking at the different slides with you, you find you need more time to read each slide, just pause the video and read the slide and then press play again once you've caught up. Since multimodality is a huge part of this course, you may have immediately noticed that in this multimodal environment of text and image and voice, your eye immediately went towards this image. This is a very typical human reaction. Whenever you are presented with images and text, your eye will immediately go for the image first. This particular image is from the 1940s and has some very upsetting imagery for some viewers. You have a really racist sort of thing going on here, and you have this very destructive thing here. So altogether, it's a very negative image, and it's a very typical image of propaganda from that time period. Although I have strictly forbidden you guys to work on anything from World War II for your rhetorical analysis project, it is worth taking the lesson that something that was put together almost 100 years ago at this point is going to be working in a totally different context from our current understanding of it. You kind of have to put yourself in the shoes of the viewers and the creators of any propaganda when you're interpreting the imagery and when you're interpreting the text and when you're looking at how the text and the images are working together. So in this image, we have a message: our carelessness, their secret weapon, prevent forest fires. It may be unclear to us now how a forest fire, which is usually a very spontaneous and unexpected event, could be planned upon as a secret weapon for these two individuals who are being used to represent the Axis powers in World War II. But this message somehow was meaningful enough in this time period that it was created that people kept it around and used it as part of a propaganda campaign. If you were writing on this piece, you would need to figure out how and why the people who saw it would have thought it was convincing. So, what I hope to do with the rest of this slideshow is to sort of introduce you to some of the ways that text can be working just on a very low level. How can writing and how can things be, the phrasing of things, how can that be part of the manipulation that is used in propaganda? When you see slanted language as a phrase, the definition that we're working off of is that it's interpreting or presenting in line with special interests. If you've heard the phrase special interest group before, that means that it's a group of people who have an agenda, which means that they have their beliefs and that they also are usually against something else. So part of what their job is to make something either sound really good if they believe that it's really good, or make something sound really bad if they are against it. The way that this is accomplished is with slanted facts, slanted emphasis, or slanted words. In the next part of this video, we will look at what each of these words can mean.